A man asked the Buddha, "Is the world eternal or not? Is it finite or infinite? Is the soul the same as the body, or are they different? Does the Buddha exist after death, not exist after death, both exist and not exist after death, or neither exist nor not exist after death?" The Buddha, instead of answering directly, told a story. A man hit by a poisoned arrow insisted on getting answers to several questions before seeing a doctor. When no one could answer, he died. This story illustrates that asking useful questions is important, as asking useless questions is a waste of time. Useful questions are those that help determine the direction of one's life. For example, two university students had different questions before graduation. One wondered what a good job would be, while the other pondered what work would suit them. Their lives would change significantly based on these questions, with one following the crowd and the other pursuing their dreams. Steve Jobs asked himself daily what he would do if he were to die tomorrow, emphasizing the importance of living a purposeful life. Therefore, he pursued what he truly wanted to do, minimizing trivial tasks to avoid wasting physical and mental energy on unnecessary matters. On the other hand, if one spends their days deeply immersed in trivial issues such as what to say to their boss or who to have lunch with, they will lead a superficial life. Similarly, if someone is caught up in concerns like how to marry a good person or how to become more beautiful, the more they think about it, the more lost they will become. The Buddha considered useful questions to be those that help one abandon greed, calm the mind, gain wisdom, and attain liberation. All other questions are considered useless. He held the basic premise that life is suffering. Regardless of whether one sets a goal and achieves it, or fails to achieve it, they will ultimately be engulfed in suffering. Therefore, to return to true comfort, one must transcend this world and escape the cycle of birth and death, according to the Buddha's basic concept. When Subhuti asked, "When a man or woman who is set on seeking right enlightenment and is bent on perfect wisdom, how should their mind be guarded? And when wrong thoughts arise, how should they be controlled?" He touched upon the most fundamental and ultimate issue in Buddhism: how to guard the mind and control wrong thoughts, which is the problem of achieving ultimate liberation. The Buddha's answer was simple yet powerful. All beings, whether born from eggs, from the womb, from moisture, or spontaneously, whether they have form or are formless, whether they are conscious or unconscious, whether they are neither conscious nor unconscious, are all led by me to the final nirvana, to be released from the cycle of life and death. However, although I have taught countless beings to be liberated, not a single being has been liberated. And why is that? If, in a bodhisattva's mind, there is a notion of a self, a notion of others, a notion of living beings, or a notion of a lifespan, then that person is not a true bodhisattva. The Diamond Sutra seeks answers to such a simple yet profound question. To question one's life, one must ask useful questions. Abandon greed, calm the mind, seek wisdom, and ask questions that help you attain enlightenment. All other questions are considered useless. To what will we be liberated? When you raise your mind, there should be no dwelling anywhere. However, we mostly remain where our mind arises. When a scientist placed a glass jar containing peanuts in front of a monkey, the monkey shook the jar vigorously to quickly get the peanuts. But because the monkey only stared at the peanuts, it did not know where the jar's opening was or how to turn it to get the peanuts. In the end, the monkey exhausted itself shaking the jar but couldn't get the peanuts. Indeed, the monkey is like our ancestor. Its single-minded attachment to peanuts is similar to how most people exhaust themselves in a frenzy for what they desire, focusing all their attention on it. However, once you get that peanut in your hand, your gaze shifts to another peanut. The peanut itself isn't bad. Its savory taste brings joy to people. But the problem for many people, to put it severely, is that they consider peanuts more important than themselves, making peanuts their life goal. In short, peanuts become the most important thing in life, and they themselves are transformed into machines. When a man was attacked by a tiger, his son ran to save him with a gun. However, the man shouted to his son, "Aim for the legs, not the head. Tiger heads are valuable and can be sold for a high price. If it's for the expensive tiger skin, I'm willing to sacrifice my life." Whether it's peanuts or tiger skins, when an object takes away all of a person's attention, they can be imprisoned in the prison of form. When life becomes solely about an object, we lose ourselves. It's clearly a wrong way to live, but we all consider it natural. Why is that? It's because we're trapped in another prison, the prison of concepts. Concepts are deep and solid prisons. While living within our own concepts, we act as we think we should, without stopping to reflect on our concepts. However, everyone's concepts are not something they inherently possess but are instilled in them after birth by family and society. All our inner turmoil comes from concepts. Suppose a woman holds a man's hand. Right now, no one takes this seriously. However, if it were during the time of the Song dynasty when Neo-Confucianism was prevalent, the woman might have thought that she needed to cut off her hand to preserve her chastity. This is because of the deeply ingrained concept of chastity in her mind. The root cause of conflicts between people is conceptual, whether it's about honor and understanding or any other matter. The criteria for judging whether honor and profit are important or not important are also human concepts. Countless wars have occurred and many people have fought and died to uphold their beliefs due to differences in concepts. In essence, we feel various emotions about the shapes that surround us, all of which stem from concepts hidden in our minds that govern our actions. There are 4 forms: form, sensation, perception, and volition. Simply put, they can be divided into 2 types: tangible forms and intangible forms. The former is material while the latter is conceptual. These 2 dimensions make up our daily lives. We navigate these dimensions, experiencing joy and sorrow, life and death. The Diamond Sutra teaches us that the forms and concepts we rely on are illusions, and that we must break free from the prisons they create to return to our true selves. Now we can answer the question of what Buddhism is as a religion. I think there is no word that accurately expresses Buddhism as much as the word liberation. All the pursuits in Buddhism, such as non-attachment, letting go, and purity, are about liberation of the human ego. What kind of liberation? Liberation from attachment to shapes and concepts that people cling to. Buddhism encompasses various doctrines, but at the core of all these doctrines lies the idea that one must transcend the futile material world and the narrow world of concepts to become a true person. Even in the Diamond Sutra, discussing emptiness and form, the intention is to help people clearly see the true nature of existence and progress towards liberation. Buddhism is a religion full of the spirit of freedom, challenging and refuting existing systems and consciousness, and uniquely not worshipping idols. When you contemplate these teachings, you can feel the breath of freedom and the melody of life overflowing. All phenomena, emotions, ideologies, and everything else flow through the mind like water and breeze, never staying anywhere, never stopping, not clinging to attachments or desires, not feeling discomfort, and not being bound by anything. Concepts are prisons that confine us, and all troubles arise from our own concepts. Embrace a spirit of abundant freedom, question and refute existing systems and consciousness, and with a mind liberated from concepts, flow like water. The Buddha said, "There is no doctrine of preaching," meaning there is nothing to preach about. He firmly rejected all concepts because speaking creates concepts, which are bondage. Life is infinitely dynamic and diverse. It cannot be encapsulated by just 2 concepts: success and failure. Yet, most people are taught about success from childhood and spend their lives anxious about whether they will succeed or fail. Eventually, they give up on the many joys life has to offer. Besides success and failure, concepts like health, beauty, marriage, and others become barriers that surround us, confining us in narrow spaces. Beyond these barriers, there is a world where the divine flows, forests flourish, flowers bloom, and the blue sky and earth stretch out. But many fail to enjoy the happiness of life because they are trapped by the concept of success and feel meaningless if they cannot advance through exaggeration due to that concept. Not pursuing university education doesn't limit one's opportunities, but the concept of success tied to having a university degree can make people believe life is bleak without one. In reality, life has diverse forms and ways of living, without inherent hierarchies of superiority or inferiority. Whether one chooses a certain form or lifestyle, they can still enjoy the blue sky, radiant sunlight, experience the seasons' variety, and encounter the passage of time with its light and shadows. Life itself doesn't contain success or failure. These concepts divide people's lives into successful and unsuccessful. Despite being happy working as a security guard or gardener, individuals are bombarded with messages that imply they've failed if a well-educated man works in such positions. This societal pressure can lead to self-perception as a failure, fostering an obsessive belief in the need for success. However, if one understands that their job is unrelated to their true enjoyment of life and has the courage and determination to enjoy it, there's no need to strive for a better position based on others' opinions. Simply living according to one's lifestyle is enough. Therefore, the Buddha's statement that there is nothing to preach signifies that all concepts are biases and snares that bind life. Every moment of life requires shedding all concepts and perceptions to fully experience it. When people see a flower in full bloom, they might think it's beautiful with its red petals, but the Buddha rejected all such concepts. He knew that his words couldn't encompass the existence of the flower, so he simply looked at it, wanting to fully feel its existence without thoughts of whether it was red or beautiful. The same approach applies to how we view others. When meeting someone for the first time, it's wrong to hastily categorize them based on their background or profession. Behind every concept lies society's created notions and judgments. Having prejudices leads to premature judgments of others. Furthermore, these are judgments imposed by others, so it's crucial to discard all concepts and feel the other person fully as they are. If you have enough courage and determination to feel the thrill of your current life and enjoy it, you don't need to strive to improve based on others' opinions. Just stick to your way of life and live naturally. What is the purpose of life and what are the means? Bridges are intermediaries and means that carry us into safety. Therefore, bridges are places for passing through, not for staying. Even if you stay for a while, you should admire the scenery for a moment and then move on. There is no one who stays on the bridge. However, the German philosopher Heidegger discovered that humans often forget that they are just means standing on the bridge and remain on it without crossing to the other side. He talked about the moon, which is directly money. Money was created for exchange. If you have a knife but need salt, and another person has salt but needs a knife, you need to find each other to exchange. There was a time when this barter system existed, but humanity quickly created money. When currency was created, exchanges became much more convenient. If you have salt but need a knife, you can now buy salt with money instead of searching for someone who needs a knife. All you need to do now is earn money, and that's it. However, as capitalism developed, people forgot that money is just a means and not the ultimate goal. Money became the purpose, and the reason for living became money. It became a world where money is worshipped. From a young age, people are taught how to succeed, and the only criterion for success is money. Money is originally a means to obtain what we need. After obtaining what we need, money itself becomes meaningless. People forget this fact and scream to earn money. The means became the end. This discovery of futility awakens us to the fact that many of the troubles and obsessions that torment us arise from the fact that we forget that we are crossing over a bridge to the other side and remain on the bridge, not knowing where the other side is. Money is a tool originally created by humans for convenience. However, money has become the master and now dominates humans. People linger in the process of making money, satisfied with the money they earn each day or month, and are eager to calculate how much more they can earn the next day or month. How much you earn becomes the purpose of life. The true purpose of life lies in becoming a certain person. Of course, you need money and other things to become the person you want to be, but these are all means to achieve the ultimate goal. You should not change yourself to earn money. In dialectics, it is said that among all treasures, a person's life is the most important. People earn money to live, not live to earn money. However, many people have forgotten this. There are many stories of people encountering bandits and losing their lives while resisting to protect a few hundred yuan, which shows that the concept that money takes precedence over everything else has deeply penetrated people's minds, and without realizing it, their lives have become about money. It's a world where things are turned upside down. People have lost the true direction and destination of life and wander on twisted paths. Only when you calmly settle your mind and listen to your inner voice can you know the true direction you truly desire and move in that direction. Once you find the true direction, you will realize that the worldly troubles are not that important. The true purpose of life lies in becoming a certain person. Everything, including money, is just a means to achieve the ultimate goal. You should not change yourself to earn money. You should ask yourself, what do I want? And what can I do? Many people live within the means without knowing what their true purpose is. Let's consider money as an example. Many people strive to earn money and work even harder to earn more, often without knowing why they are earning it, simply focusing on making more money. The same can be said for marriage. People may marry without truly understanding the purpose of marriage, feeling pressured by societal norms. Education and career choices are similar. Many enter university without understanding why they are pursuing higher education, simply following societal expectations. Living without knowing one's true desires or life's purpose can lead to a life filled with struggle and discontentment. It's important to deeply consider what one truly wants and what one is capable of. Without understanding these two questions, people may live their lives pursuing goals set by society rather than their own. By understanding what one wants and what one is capable of, and then striving towards those goals, people can find success and happiness in their own terms. The teachings of Buddhism, particularly the Diamond Sutra, emphasize living a fulfilling life in the present, beyond the concepts of means and ends. It encourages enjoying the present moment and finding joy in life, regardless of whether one has achieved their goals. The goal of life is to enjoy the present moment, whatever one's aspirations may be. These insights from the Diamond Sutra can provide guidance on how to live a life free from anxiety and worry, and how to live without being restless. The thrill and vitality of life are always present. There's no need to wait. The true goal of life is to enjoy the present. This is likely the message the Buddha wanted to convey. To live a complete and authentic life, one must be able to enjoy the present. Whether you want to buy a house, start a business, or become an actor, don't give up on your goals. However, these goals should be a natural part of living, not restrictions or waiting. The teachings from the Diamond Sutra offer insights on living without anxiety and worry. The Buddha explained the nature of anxiety, which people have pondered for over 2,500 years, with 4 principles. 1. All actions in the world lead to suffering. 2. We suffer due to foolish desires. 3. Calming the body and mind is the only way to alleviate suffering. 4. Attaining tranquility is only possible through correct thought and action. These teachings emphasize that while it's natural to have various goals, they should be part of a natural process of living, not constraints or waiting. Engaging in mind training, akin to physical exercise for the body, by reading a passage of the Diamond Sutra each day can help cultivate tranquility in the mind.